Okay, so let's just build and see what's happening here. Number one, of course, I'm going to open the logs to keep track of the errors that I'm getting. No matching function to call to pet owner add dog. All right, of course, the owner has this function named add, right? Add. And right now this add takes a reference to a pet, right? But right now, new operator returns a pointer. Actually, all I have to do perhaps is just change this to a pointer to a pet, right? And instead of saying reference to pet, pointer to pet, right? So it's basically pass the address of the pet anytime I say add, right? Because add supposed to be adding to this collection of pets, but it's storing addresses of pets. All right, so this needs to change, and of course I need to go to my implementation and find this pet owner add, which is somewhere in this file, pet owner add, right? So this needs to be taking a pointer to, and I said PTR to pet, no longer reference, but rather pointer to pet. And all I need to do is push back this pointer to a pet to insert a pointer instead of an actual reference to an actual object. So let's save that, say build. So then it says no matching function to call add dog. Yes, let me see. So we're constructing a dog, and let me see if I have correct parameters for it. Dog takes 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. That's fine, right? And it says, let me also check the declaration for it to understand what it's not happy about. Pet add, that looks good, right? And then constructors are public, so we're creating it, and it says no matching function to call to pet owner add a dog. All right. So recall that the reason for all of this is that recall that I decided to move away from storing a type, right? I no longer store type of pet, and my constructor of pet no longer wants to take type. So this simply needs to be, for now, just commented out, right? So we no longer maintain the type. So hopefully that will be the end of this build story. Invalid initialization of reference. Yes, and since pets have changed from a collection of actual objects to just a sequence of pointers, of course this also has to now to change to be a pointer. Oops. This needs to be a pointer, and since I have a pointer to an object, the syntax changes to an arrow right here, right? So if you have an object, you use the dot operator. If you have a pointer to an object, like our collection of pets is now, that we just need to change that, right? So let me build that. Let's see what happens. Print no longer essentially pet print function right now needs to be moved from the pet, because pet class right now only stores the data such as name, age, and color and adoption. However, it has no idea what type is. So I would say that the implementation of it is what we need to do is that we need to basically right now pet print. For now, I will just comment this out to make sure that I can compile everything, and then we will discuss what to do about this situation that we actually have to print either cat or dog on the license. And this is at the pet level, so right now that's fine. I will save it and build it again. Same thing over here. Used to be a reference to pets, no longer is. I will basically visit my pets by doing by using a constant pointer to a pet over here, I think, and that should be taken care of my change. And of course, since pet had become a pointer, the syntax changes from dot to an arrow. Okay, so we're just going to record that. Build again. Type is gone. Compute fee. Right now, this function needs some revisiting, but I will just comment out this if statement, and instead just would like to be able to build. Okay, so pet again, the syntax is that when the constructor of cat is invoked, it needs to use the initializer list syntax, so I just forgot to add the colon to this class. So hopefully now may be able to build it. So everything builds, okay, it's unfinished, but it builds, and that's fine. All right, but we need to finish our redesign, because sometimes it's kind of hard to make all changes at once. As you can see, my biggest change so far is this. First of all, besides having a pet, I also decided to create a separate dog and a separate cat class, because they're distinct enough, in my view, so that their responsibilities should be different. Their implementation is different. I don't want to mix logic related to dogs in the same function which is related to a cat, and vice versa. So that's why I decided to add cat and dog. Then we realized that we no longer can store cats and dogs in the same vector. So we decided to store pointers to a pet inside this vector of pets, and therefore, of course, inside main, what we need to say is now new dog and new cat. That returns a pointer, and when we go to the drawing board, what happens is that now what happens now is that our pet owner object, object, when it gets instantiated, it still contains a vector, right? It contains this vector inside, right? There is a vector of pointers, right? So this vector is a collection like this, and of course it stores pointers, and when we create new cat like this, like new cat, it has a pet inside, right? So when we say create new cat, and the pet object is stored inside, and when we create new dog, right, if this is a dog right here, if this is a dog, it also has a pet inside, because we said that this is how those like Russian doll-like situation, right? So it has a pet inside. And notice that this vector inside pet owner that we store, right? Inside pet owner, the vector that we have stores pointers to a pet. So what happens is that when we store these pointers inside this vector collection, these are pointers to pets, like this. But these pets are located inside cat and dog. This is what we have so far, okay? This type of arrangement.